Hello, welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off. And Ollie just surprised me with the video. That was fucking great, mate. Fucking great. Those tiny hands worked video magic again.
Well, you haven't seen the outro yet.
Oh, I'm so excited. Right. Thank you. We've been the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. That's fucking great, mate. Love it. Absolutely love it.
There's other stuff I want to do with it, and I am going to go back to it. But I just thought, you know what? It needs to be out. I'm just going to get it out. So there you go. Put
Really
that
cool.
intro inside your bottom.
How have you been?
Actually, you should put and the outro
24
can come out.
hours.
I've been good, mate. Yeah, I've been good. I am sweating my testicles off here.
Sweating. It's warm. It's been warm over here. It's because I live on an island as well. When it gets warm, it gets really humid. It's like fucking 150% humidity. It feels like it's fucking warm. I'm
Sweating like a PDF file in a nursery.
See, that's the thing, right? When people aren't in the UK. And I know this happens. Like, we know it's a meme now, isn't it? Where Americans come to the UK thinking, oh, it's cold in the UK. Then it gets a British summertime and they're sweating their tits off. There's something different about British heat, man. It's I am
never this
heat.
hot on holiday. Ever.
No. I don't mind heat. I don't mind walking around where it's warm. But there's just I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is.
It's moist heat. That's what it is.
It is moist heat. Moist.
It feels
Dripping.
like I don't know. Like if you imagine your granddad's ball sack and you got like honey. Say honey. I Shrunk the Kids.
I don't need to imagine my grandfather's ball sack. I know.
Yeah, like I bet you do. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah, imagine like one of those little tiny like people, and
Midgets.
they end up in the crevice of an old man's sack. That is how I feel right now.
It's exactly what it's like. Exactly. Yeah. No, it's been pretty grim. It's been pretty fucking grim here. I'm not one for being warm. I'd rather be cold than warm.
Oh yeah. How do you feel now?
I'm pretty comfortable, actually. Got my box shorts on.
Yeah, you look fine. Cause have you got a sweater on?
No. It's just still.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
t-shirt.
Okay. I tell you who is feeling fucking hot right now.
Segway.
Ross Coulthart.
What's going on with Ross Coulthart? I saw somebody shouted at him. Somebody British. Somebody that used to work from the BBC.
Well, should we bring up is she Miss Moneypenny? So this happened a few days ago. I'm sure you've seen this, Lee. Well, no, you have. It's not bullshit about. Am I sharing? Is it on the screen?
Yeah, you sharing. Couldn't work out whether she was hot or not, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, yeah, I reckon.
Hi, this is Moneypenny. This is a message to Ross Coulthart. You have 3 hours from now to contact me, and you have my contact details. We've spoken before. To be able to stop me revealing where a giant UFO, a huge giant UFO, is underneath a massive high security building. And now I have the evidence, and I'm going to release it in 3 hours' time, unless you contact me and tell me there is a very important national security issue that would stop me. Because I believe, in the interests of disclosure and of everybody who has been struggling with deception and secrets for far too long, that we have a right to know this. You told us about it more than 2 years ago. It's about time people knew the truth. 3 hours, counting. Speak to you soon, Ross.
See, I would like to have a conversation with Miss Moneypenny about everything that's gone on in the last, I'm not even going to say 10 years. I'll say 3 years. 3 years in the UFO world. See how much she knows.
Yeah, I like that. I also like to speak to her and her not speak to me like she's speaking like Kirk.
Captain Kirk. I just don't have the power. Oh, that was Scotty, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was retard.
Fucking Star Trek. Love Star Trek. Obviously not enough because I didn't know that. But yeah, I don't know. This 3 hours, 3 hour deadline. Who gives a fucking 3 hour deadline? I think she might have been sat in a garden. It's been a bit hot in the UK. She's had a couple of gin and tonics, and she's probably aware of Ross Coulthart, and she's thought, oh, I've seen this base here. I'm gonna give him 3 hours.
But
Let's see if this goes viral.
No, yeah, possibly. But like, let me check something here quickly.
Well, I have the follow up because he never came forward.
No, but I just wanted to check something out because we do. Oh, I forgot what her fucking ex.
Come on, Lee, what you got? Don't leave
followed
me
it.
hanging.
I fucking followed the bitch the other day.
Which bitch?
The Miss Moneypenny, but she's got like 100,000 followers. Like, she's not new.
Yeah.
Like, she's not come from nowhere. And I went and had a little look back at her previous stuff, and she has been tweeting stuff about UFOs and things.
How long has she been tweeting things about UFO for?
I can't remember, mate. I can't remember what her at is either, which irritates me. I bet Red Panda must have done it.
It's at Nick _ Moneypenny. That's what it is.
There she is.
There you go.
Oh, no, she only got 44,000. She does say she's an F1 fan, though, so, you know, she must be okay.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, you see, like, I mean, like, there's, like, if I go back, see, she's been tweeting loads of people out, like Polarity Josh, she's been tweeting out Casper Site, she has tweeted a lot in the past 2 days, though. Wow.
I saw that. But how much did her tweets get engagement before this?
It's a good point.
You see, well, I'll tell you what, while you're looking at that, I'm going to play something.
Not a lot of traction on things, like one comment, a couple of likes, a couple of comments.
UFOs is fucking, it's traction, baby. Now, let me play this. This is not Ross's response, though it should have been. But here we go.
This is one thing a lot of people have been saying. Oh, you come out and just say it, Ross. Well, fuck you. I'm not going to say it. The bottom line is, why the hell should I say it? I'll say it when I'm feeling good and ready, and when I've got my ducks lined up in a row and I've got my ammo and I'm ready. People in the UFO, UAP world seem to think this is entertainment. It's not entertainment. We're not under any obligation to tell you anything. The bottom line is, we'll report what we find when we're ready to do it and when the sources are ready to speak. And that might take a while, but I'm all about protecting sources and making sure they feel comfortable about coming forward. And this is one thing.
See, I get the whole protecting source thing because, if somebody told us something and they didn't want us to leak it, I'd like to think we would be, we'd protect that source. We always have in the past. I mean, we've never had something as saucy as a fucking giant bastard UFO that somebody's put a building on top of, but, we've had some juice in the past. So, I mean, I get the whole why. I respect any journalist that protects their sources. That should be what every journalist does, unless it endangers fucking humanity.
Say the building.
So, Ross is...
But say the building.
Say the building?
Yeah.
What do you mean, say the building?
Well, this whole thing is the location of this giant UFO that a building was built on top of, yeah?
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm not going to reveal my sources, not going to do this. Don't reveal your sources, just reveal the building.
Yeah. But he's also said that this could, if he reveals the building, it could endanger people.
Yeah, or he could be full of shit.
He could be. It could be indeed. But I mean,
Why do
I
it?
tell you what. Let's give people a little reminder. Let's go back to Jay. That he first dropped this on Jay's show, Project Unity. So let's have a little reminder before we carry on with this.
So big they built a building over it. What if some of that shit is so big it can't be moved?
Is that what you're saying, Ross? Is that what you've been told?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
How big is big?
Big. So big they built a building over it in a country outside of the United States of America.
Just pause this for a second.
And before you leave, is there anything else you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not casting aspersions upon people here.
Oh, you think he's had a couple of beers beforehand?
Or he's baked. He's hammered or baked.
Oh no, I noticed that as well. Yeah,
I'd never noticed that before. Either that or he is fully flirting with Jay.
no, I think they've probably had a few drinks beforehand, and Ross has been drinking through the day. I think he's had a few merry, he's been drinking.
That's an allegation.
He's been out. He's gone on the piss, and then he's gone. Oh shit! Stone the Crows. I've got Jay's show tonight.
I'd like to know the time it was for Jay, because it's the afternoon for Jay. So it's got to be late.
Yeah, it's clearly fucking late for Ross.
Yeah.
He's been out fucking partying. Let's carry on.
You can tell us about this gigantic vehicle that's too big to move. What were you told specifically? Come on, just give me some more details.
I have told you
on this.
all. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get in trouble.
Damn you, Ross!
Saying what I said. I'm going to get in trouble.
Got me on tenterhooks.
Let me just tell you this. I know exactly where it is.
My goodness. Do you think that's going to come to light?
One day.
One day.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because it's absolutely gobsmacking that it's being kept as a secret.
Jesus.
Imagine having an object that's so big, it's just not conceivable to move it.
I can't. I can barely even comprehend that.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was bollocks when I heard it too, and most people listening to this will anyway.
Ollie.
But
I'd see. This is what I hate with this shit. It's like I can't, Ross. I can't even comprehend that. I can help you comprehend it, Jay. You're in something that's too big to fucking move. It's called a house. Don't say you can't fucking conceive of things being too fucking big to move. They're all fucking around us.
Well, yeah, but this could be like, I don't know, the size of a football field.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
they might not be able to chop it into little bits to get it out there.
What I'm saying is, he said, I can't even conceive of something so big you couldn't move it.
Listen,
loads of stuff, Ollie. There's loads of stuff so big you can't move it.
I agree.
It's not it's the fluffing here. I can't stand.
Well, let's finish the clip.
yeah, I mean, again, just an allegation, but one that I'm, assured should be taken seriously and hopefully will be being investigated by the Congress. Because again, where did the money come from? What's that money accounted for? The continued security and control of such an object for many decades. Who's paid for that? What programs have paid for that? Has that been disclosed to taxpayers? This is going to be a really fun inquiry if Congress starts doing its job.
So I think Jay knew straight away as soon as he said that, I'm onto a banger here. But
of course, yeah. Look, that's not right. I'm not fucking having a pop at Jay here. I think he does a good job. You know, I've got questions about how odd the Jesse Michaels clip was. I have questions of the access he gets these days.
I've got
as well.
questions about the access that they all get.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, this is the thing, and I don't mean that like fucking badly, and I also don't mean it as like a jealousy thing either. It's purely on the basis of where you're talking about something which has got like heavy government involvement, which has got like some of the most, well, if it's real and it's not like some sort of live action role play we've all been caught up in. But you talk about massive government involvement, you're talking about people that are like some of the most powerful people in the world, which would be paying attention to this sort of stuff. You know, it's if you don't question the people the doors are open for, then you're not doing your fucking job properly. Would I like Ross Coulthart to be on our podcast telling us about UFOs that are buried underneath fucking buildings because they're too big to move? Of course I would, Ollie. I would be a moron if I expected people to believe I didn't. But it's to throw that grenade out and then turn around and say, I don't owe you an explanation for that. Fuck you. Of course you do. Like that's if you insinuate.
Lee, I think this is one of those things, though. I've said this before on the show. I think this
get thrown out.
I think this was supposed to happen. I think he was supposed to say that on that show. Was he probably a little bit tipsy? Yeah. That they probably said, you know what, Ras? No, fuck it.
Ross.
Yeah, Ras. Let's call him Ras. You know what, Ras?
Bullhard.
Ras Bullhard. Why don't you tell him about the building? You know, on that show, it won't do any harm.
Yeah,
it's a smaller channel, which it was at the time. It's grown a lot. I'm convinced. Well, I'll come back to because I have said before where I think it is, and I think they used Jay for that. I have 2 more clips, and then we can play Miss Moneypenny's actual reveal because her knickers went in a twist, and she just
Just quickly, what you were saying about Ross Coulthart and access and stuff like that there, and putting things out. I think exactly the same thing as like Jeremy Corbell too, and I also think there's a good chance that even if these people are putting misinformation out or they're putting the stuff that they're supposed to put out, I do believe they think they're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I do believe they believe what they're doing, and I think that
I totally believe that.
Yeah, I don't think they're lying. I think there's a scrum at the minute with people like Jeremy Corbell, Ross Coulthart, Lou Elizondo, that they want their name. Like it's almost like a game of musical chairs.
Yep.
For when this breaks, because everyone that's involved in this right now wants their name there when disclosure happens. Do you know what I mean? Like
if they're in the mix with disclosure when it happens,
yeah,
they're some of the most famous people on the fucking planet.
Forever. Like you're talking, it's like 100 years from now. They are like the fucking founding fathers. They are Genghis Khan. They are. Do you know what I mean? They are names that will resonate through the history or through future histories for decades.
Well, it's like fucking Columbus, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Ross Coulthart, will
Neil Armstrong. Yeah, any of these names that like anybody knows. That's like incredible fame where you can turn around to what. 90% of the who the fuck is going to turn around to you if you turn around and said, who's Neil Armstrong, regardless of whether you believe we went to the moon or not? Who's going to say, I don't know who that is?
Oh, he sounds like a fucking arm wrestler, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. So someone's like, what, the stretchy guy? Yeah, so I can see why they're doing that. And then I think underneath that now you have the sub layers of the Jesse Michaels, the Joe Rogans. Although I think the size of Rogan, you could probably push him up into the Jeremy Corbell sort of area now, just because of how famous he is.
Great segue, Lee.
Thank you. The Jay Andersons.
Yeah, no, hold it, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, no, but they're like this sub-layer now of like UFO influencers, which are like underneath those, and then underneath that you've got like Vetted and like Casper Site, and these are the like these really big channels, but they're not quite. They haven't took that next step up, and then somewhere round about their fucking shoelaces and dog shit, you've got us.
Mm-hmm.
But the like, there's just this almost like a fucking league table of people now that are trying to make their claim for their names to be in the mix.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of people I'll bring up. Then we'll bring Moneypenny's response, the beautiful Moneypenny's response to this. Here we go.
And you want to start talking about like gravity propulsion systems that the government's been hiding, and that there's back engineering programs. They've got crashed UFOs, and there's one of them. It's only like a couple 100 feet wide, but you go inside of it, it's the size of a football field. Like,
right, like
what?
the TARDIS.
Yeah. Or the one in Korea that's so big they had to build a building around it because they couldn't move it.
Right.
I want to know what that is.
Same.
And you want to start.
Same wording as Ross Gold. As Ross there. I really struggle with Ross's surname. Here we go. Here's the man himself, the legend.
Wait.
Yeah. One second. Let me pause him. He never.
I'd like to know when these clips came out.
Who
was first, Rogan or Greer? Because it's very important.
I don't know that question. That's a good point.
It's very important. I think it's Rogan because I haven't seen the Greer clip. I've seen the Rogan clip. The reason it's important is I think if Rogan said it first, I think Greer is just jumping on top of it and grifting.
Well, no, because Rogan got it from someone else.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, but I tell you who didn't get it off? Stephen fucking Greer.
He might have got it off fucking Stephen Greer.
Absolutely
He's in the know,
not.
Lee.
Oh, absolutely not.
He might have. There might be a bit of a grift of Greer,
he might have. If Rogan's got that this thing's in fucking Korea, he's got it off Jeremy Corbell. Who's got it off Ross Coulthart?
And who's Ross Coulthart got it
Or
off?
maybe Jeremy Corbell told Ross Coulthart.
Maybe.
But what I'm trying to say is Greer tends to do this. Someone else says something, and then he comes up saying, "Well, of course I knew about this all along."
I practically fucking made that UFO.
Some people say you can't say Korea.
My daughter, my
saying
granddaughters
Greer.
they've been to see it. We've had dinner in it with the president.
I gave a briefing to the ship.
In the UFO.
Had dealt with a facility outside Seoul, South Korea, where there was a huge had dealt with a facility outside Seoul, South Korea, where there was a huge extraterrestrial vehicle that they had downed with apparently some type of electronic warfare system that was they had to carve out a huge part of the mountain just to contain this object because it was too big to move to any other site, and that it is still there. So this is just sort of like,
why would you have to carve something out to contain it?
I don't know the ins and outs of that, Lee.
That's the opposite of containment.
Maybe they had to carve it and then kind of like rebuild the mountain.
Maybe.
I'll tell you what, actually, while we're on that, because you've got you've got me thinking now. We'll play this clip because I think this will go very well.
Ross Coulthart, who you know well, and you've done a wonderful interview with on News. Ross Coulthart, who you know well, and you've done a wonderful interview with on News Nation, and he's carved out a wonderful niche for himself through News Nation and his reality check show. People should check that one out. Discussed a while back a UFO so big that it couldn't be moved and was actually built over Lou. and it's still used to this day as a working building. And I wonder, was that something you had heard of at the time, and how common could that be?
I unfortunately cannot discuss that. I have to be very careful. I can discuss what is in the book because I have approval to do that. What you are referring to is something that I would not be able to confirm or deny. And let me be very clear with that. I cannot elaborate at all. If someone else has elaborated on it, that's fine. I have not been given any permission to discuss anything like that.
Help me then, because on a similar tact, and it's my next question anyway, shape's often discussed as well as size. But on Joe Rogan, you mentioned a USO, so underwater, UFO basically, so big that it was the size of a small city block captured off an oil rig. So some people are going to hear this, and I'm used to the UFO conversation, but wonder why you can mention that, but not potentially the UFO under the building.
Because I'm not discussing sources and methods. I'm not discussing capabilities or locations. I'm not discussing an actual program. I'm discussing simply what was observed. You're asking me to confirm or deny something, the existence of something. I don't have permission to do that. What I can do is simply say from my personal observations, I've seen video of an event, right? But I'm not saying where that event is, under what circumstances, what collection capabilities, where that place was, how long ago it was. I'm not giving any of that. It's just anecdotal. And so that in itself isn't classified. If I give you details of that, I could get in serious trouble. So I'm very careful not to do that.
Mysterious Lou.
What is it, right?
Big thank you to Red Panda Koala as well for these clips, because he's just awesome. He just gets these clips and we just use him. So make sure you go head on over to X and find Red Panda Koala. Fucking brilliant.
I have a question.
Shoot.
I don't know how important this question is, or if it means anything at all. But it still seems like an odd thing.
Mm.
How come Stephen Greer, Jeremy Corbell, Ross Coulthart to an extent?
I know what's coming here. Go on.
I don't think you do. They all go on hundreds of podcasts.
Yep.
Yeah. Why don't any of them buy microphones?
Oh, okay. I didn't expect that.
No, genuinely, like
it's a good point. Yeah,
Stephen Greer charges $3,500, isn't it?
I'll tell you why.
To stand in a field and look for UFOs, and he'll take like 15 or 20 people to do it in one go, and he's using wired iPhone headphones.
I'll tell you why.
That's like iPhone fucking SE territory.
So the reason why, I think, is they've probably got them when they do their shows. So if Greer wants to do a interview on the Stephen Greer podcast...
No, he doesn't, though. Like, his audio is awful.
Well, fucking Stephen, what the hell are you playing at, mate?
No,
You've got all that UFO money. Buy a microphone.
No, it's not about that, though. It's like you're telling me that you're going on, like... Again, fucking.
We've had experience with this before.
We have experience with it
quite
before.
a few times.
But like, you've got people there that. So what's your job? Like Lou Elizondo, Stephen Greer, fucking Coulthart when he talks about this sort of stuff. He said, "Well, what's your job when you break it down?" Their job is they're trying to inform the greater public about the most impactful information that anybody in the world has ever heard. And then they're not going to spend, what, £200 on a microphone?
I see, the way I see it, some of these interviews might just been like, yeah, do you want to jump on an interview? Well, I might have a few minutes, yeah. I'll jump on, and they'll just jump on the phone.
But they do hundreds of them, Ollie, all from their home most of the time.
If you did hundreds of them, would you get in front of the mic every single time?
Yeah, I'd have a mic set up in my house like we do in our little home studio.
We're professionals, Lee.
Ross Coulthart's on a fucking news network, Ollie.
Exactly, they've got the microphone.
But he's in his office, which
He's left it at work.
No, not having that. But it's odd though, isn't it? Like,
Don't give us disclosure. Give us the fucking answer to why none of you fucking use a microphone. You fucking thick bastards.
No. But this, do you not see the subtext to this though? What they're saying isn't even important enough to get the audio right. That's subconscious. Subconsciously, what I'm doing isn't even important enough to sort out how you hear me speak about it.
Okay, I get what you're saying. It's not even. This isn't even going to go down in history. This is just going to disappear.
I'm just talking. Yeah,
I just don't care. Yeah,
it's interesting, isn't it, when you think of it that way?
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
Psychology sort of point of view. Psychology point of view says the fucking podcasting pet decorator. But you know what I mean?
Not an ordinary podcasting decorator.
No. Elaborate.
I was hoping that you would come up with something.
That's the first thing that strikes me though, and that whole, like, especially Greer, because this is his stick. This is it.
Well, Greer's always tried to look good, hasn't he? You know, so it doesn't make much sense.
Spent all his fucking money on gear. No money for microphone.
Stephen Gear.
It makes more sense to me that, especially Greer, because Greer was involved in filmmaking. He was involved in all this stuff that was media related. Like, they should all have, like, the box, the fucking. I mean, I haven't afforded to fucking buy one. Like, my good microphones went fucking kaput a little bit, so I need to. This one's just like an interim one to get me through. Like, as soon as a few things I've fucking paid for have been paid for. But
I see what you're saying about the microphone thing. Yeah, I mean,
especially him, especially
Ross
there with fucking no, not Ross, like with Greer more than Ross even.
Oh yeah, Ross. You kind of understand Ross when he's been out in the piss. He might not, he might just want to sit down in the living room. But he does
do a lot of News Nation stuff from that office.
Does he? Is it use the microphone then?
Not really. It's like he's got a Blue Yeti. He's got the same one as mine on the desk. He's got like an old Blue Yeti on his desk.
Old Faithful.
Well, they are, like, genuinely, I believe.
Good microphone. I wish I'd never got rid of mine.
The original Blue Yetis are the best all-round microphone. Best bang for buck. You can't buy anything else for such little money that's so good as one of these things.
Rightly, have you seen Moneypenny's response?
No.
She's responded to the building.
What flavour of fucking phone speaker did she speak on?
Here we go.
Oh, she got a filter though.
Yeah, she did. Moneypenny. I'm going to call you Miss Moneypenny. Mate, you should be Mrs. because you're that attractive. We'd love to get you on the show.
I said this like, there's something happened to her because this looks like a motherfucking obituary.
Here we go.
I've just messaged her.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, great minds.
Good afternoon. I'm Moneypenny, and what you're about to hear is the result of a few days of joint investigative research work with my colleague ChatGPT-5. Together, we believe we have identified the one US military building most likely to be concealing a massive UFO, possibly mentioned by Ross Coulthart. Here's what we know. Our lead took us to Coulthart Air Force Base, Nebraska, headquarters of the US.
Yes, you heard rightly. She asked.
No,
the AI.
Have you got a different version of this clip, like the original?
This is the original. This is on her channel.
Why has she speeded it up?
I don't think she has.
Yes, she has. That's 1.5 speed.
Oh, I have no idea.
Knock it down. What is that? Is this YouTube?
No, it's Twitter. X.
That's a shame. I was
At
going to
least
say
I think this is the one.
I was
going to
say knock it down, 0.5.
Yeah. And here I
Yeah.
am. I'll explain further. Moneypenny.
Oh yeah, it's okay. It's just like people turn around to me and say, "Oh my god, do you listen? You don't listen to podcasts like 2 times speed." I hate where it does the voices. I can't handle pitch shift.
No, I'll be honest with you. It messes with my head.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, go. Sorry.
Here we go. I'll start it
Moneypenny
again.
me.
Good afternoon. I'm Moneypenny, and what you're about to hear is the result of a few days of joint investigative research work with my colleague ChatGPT-5. Together, we believe we have identified the one US military building most likely to be concealing a massive UFO, possibly mentioned by Ross Coulthart. Here's what we know. Our lead took us to Coulthart Air Force Base, Nebraska, headquarters of the US Strategic Command. For decades, this was Strategic Air Command's home, the command center for every American nuclear bomber and missile. Then, in 2012, construction began on something new, the Command and Control Facility, known as C2F. At first glance, it's just a high-security headquarters, but the facts are extraordinary. It is built on what was once the Warrior 9 golf course, a 916,000 square foot facility costing a staggering $1.3 billion, more per square foot than the Pentagon. Documents from the Department of Defense Inspector General reveal some very strange anomalies about underground space beyond the original plans, and underground fire, flooding incidents, costly delays, electromagnetic protection, and it is built a building within a building with a particular electromagnetic shield, normally reserved for the most secretive nuclear bunkers. In August 2015, right in the middle of the construction, a witness in Bellevue, inside Offutt's own perimeter, reported a silent, triangular craft estimated 750 feet across, the size perfectly matching the footprint of the building rising around it. And to that, its strange sighting, a crown jewel command node placed in a floodplain where 1/3 of the base went underwater in 2019. And the strict access rules meaning that many of the staff upstairs are never allowed to see the lower levels. Of course, I can't tell with absolute certainty that this is the object. And there are many military buildings across the US to look at. But there are some very unique and strange things, even above what I've said, that put this pretty high on the list. Let's look at the exact date of that UFO sighting, which has a reference under the new form code, whatever it is. 21st of August 2015 was the day that this massive 800-foot, possibly triangular UFO was spotted and reported. And on that same date, in the notes, the official notes that go to the US government about a sudden change in plans and a massive demand for more money, they went in on that day. So on the day the UFO is seen, reported even, a massive building project that's been going on for a long time changes and demands more money. There is much more to this. And obviously, I can hear you saying, but Ross Coulthart said it wasn't in the United States. Well, quite frankly, having watched Jay interview Ross Coulthart, I think he was possibly a little bit squibbly when he said it. He looks drunk as a skunk, I think. Anyway, the point being is, even if Ross Coulthart was referring to a destination in Australia, I think it's Exmouth or something, it's quite possible because he uses plurals about buildings built around objects, that there is more than one example of the United States having built buildings around giant UFOs. Or indeed, maybe this UFO that Ross saw not in the United States flew over from Australia. Who knows? Ross was a little bit piddly when he said so. But I'll tell you something. There is a very odd, underground, massive facility built under this place in Nebraska, which is exactly the right size to host a giant UFO that has been spotted and reported on the same day that all the construction and all the finance changed. And a building that is more expensive than the Pentagon has got to have some secrets, don't you think?
Love it.
Sexy, innit?
Like, cook it up, stick it on a spoon, stick that in a needle, and get it in my veins.
I mean, I never thought to use chat. Well, I don't. You've got the chat PT, so I've never thought about using that to.
Do you know what? ChatGPT did something cool today. I didn't know ChatGPT could do this.
It turned you on.
Got it to make an image for me, and it was too big to use. I just turned on ChatGPT and said, "That image is too big for me." And I said, "Don't worry, I'll just compress it for you." And it shrunk the image down and gave it back to me. Compressed the image. Do you know what that gets me thinking as well?
So a base in Nebraska.
Denver.
No, it was Nebraska. It was
no, everything she she was talking about Nebraska, but everything she said reminded me of Denver International Airport. It was started. It went massively over budget. They fucked it up, and they had to bury. They had to bury like the beginning foundations. You know, there's talks that it goes down like X fucking amount of floors down into the ground.
There's people have said that there's places that they can't go underneath as well, isn't there? There's off limits.
Yeah. There's ex-staff there that have said they've seen non-human looking things in it, like down in the basement of it.
It would make sense that like these creatures may use airports to travel. You know, land the invisible flying saucer here.
I'm just not going to acknowledge that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I could play, but I think I'll just park that and carry on with the podcast.
So what do you think to using an AI tool to find Ross's?
I think it's a great idea. I think look, obviously there's dangers of AI. There's also a lot of fucking misinformation about AI as well. I saw there's like the Harvard study came out that I was reading today saying about how the use of AI can interrupt like neural fucking receptors, and it can shrink the brain, and it can make you stupid and stuff. That does not make sense.
If you asked it now, would it respond in voice and tell you quickly about this base, or would you have to ask it a lot of questions?
Don't know. Should we try it?
Oh, here we go. Put that in your bum, people. Great minds there. Great fucking minds think alike. I don't know why I'm whispering.
I don't know why you continue to speak.
Why don't you just speak into it rather than type it?
Hey there. What's on your mind today? Let me know how I can help.
Hold it to the microphone, Lee.
There is a British journalist called Moneypenny that's been looking into Ross Coulthart's claims that a massive UFO was built on in Nebraska in the US. It was built over with another building. Apparently she used you to help work out what this building was and that it might be where the UFO was. Can you tell me anything about it?
So from what you're describing, there's this British journalist, Moneypenny, who's digging into claims from Ross Coulthart about a UFO supposedly hidden under a building in Nebraska. And apparently she enlisted my help, help from an AI like me to piece together what the building might be. So just to clarify, I don't have any specific story about this exact investigation, but if you're working on a script or just want to dive into the mystery, we can definitely spin it into a nice, moody little conspiratorial tale. Just let me know how deep you want to go.
Wild, isn't it?
And if you're wondering why she said that at the end, we have a little podcast.
We do have a little podcast. But yeah, I use ChatGPT all the fucking time.
And it helps us. It gives us
I use
information.
Research, like every time we do stuff, I use ChatGPT to research. I used to use Grok for research. ChatGPT smashes the fuck out of Grok. That's worth every penny of the $20 a month. But see, this is the thing. Like, I realized that AI might have an issue, but as in for humanity further down the line, But at the minute, it's like the best tool that's out there. It's the best search engine. Like that, if you need to find something, you're better off using AI than you are Googling it now.
But does it lie to us? I don't want to get into another discussion about AI, but she got that information from ChatGPT, and you know, I don't think it would have said, "Well, Moneypenny, this is where the UFO is." I think it's given her lots of different informations about these buildings, and she's done the research and gone, "This must be the building." That's what she'll have done. She's not probably asked about a UFO. She's asked about UFO. She'll have asked about UFOs being spotted, and then she's asked about buildings being built in the area.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, the stuff that you can what's the best way to put it? Right. What I found in the time I've used ChatGPT instead of Grok is Grok, you ask it to do stuff and it will come back with an answer. ChatGPT, if you're working on trying to find stuff out about it, which is much like this lady's done probably with the UFO thing, you really can collaborate with ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like just throwing.
Well, it's so much better doing our descriptions now to what Grok was doing.
Even throwing. You can throw ideas back and forwards with it over things. Like it really is. Like ChatGPT 5 is fucking awesome. I mean, well, you could even hear there, like it even laughed at itself. You know when it said,
it had a personality.
Oh well, yeah. The thing, yeah. We are so close to this whole AI being able to at least convince you that it's human. Like so close to it. It's fucking wild. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. It makes sense, you know. You know, I know I fucking like beefed on the Jay saying he couldn't possibly imagine something that needs to be that you couldn't move.
Well,
but
I'm glad you mentioned Jay.
But the thing is, it's fuck, you've thrown me. It doesn't matter. No, I can't. It's gone.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Well, you mentioned Jay, and this is my thing with it. I think Moneypenny's wrong. Maybe there is a UFO there, but I think Ross Coulthart, when he said it's not in America, I think he was talking about one of the pyramids and what's underneath it. Because it's so strange to me that Jay was given that little nugget, a UFO crash that was so big they built a building over it. Now, he didn't say when. He didn't. What if it's one of the pyramids he was talking about? Because Jay did come out with and I know it's not Jay's discovery.
He did go there with what was found in the pyramids, and he did go there immediately. The only thing I'd say before you play this, I'd need reason why they had to build stuff over UFO back then, unless the pyramids themselves. See, like it doesn't make sense because, like Ross Coulthart's thing is, this was built on top of it because they couldn't move it, which that suggests we found it and wanted to move it, and then we built something on top of it. So the pyramids don't make sense in this context.
No, I'm not saying that this. I just find it so crazy that Ross gave that information, and then, like, I don't know, a year down the line, Jay gets pretty much, I'd say, YouTube famous over this.
I am struggling to express in words just how significant of a discovery this is.
I love that little jingle he has at the beginning.
What has just been announced in relation to the pyramids at the Giza Plateau and the plateau itself is so incredible, so awe-inspiring and narrative shattering that I have been sitting here for the last hour trying to wrap my head around the implications of what we were just told. So this is pretty much breaking news because the new findings were announced on the 16th of March at a press conference held by the team who were studying the Great Pyramid of Giza with a non-invasive technology that was first developed by Filippo Bionde and Corrado Malanga called synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography. So this was used to explore the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And this method leverages the analysis of micro movements typically generated by background seismic activity to achieve a high mind-blowing. Because what's been discovered is that there are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which is...
So I find that crazy that he gets given that nugget and then I mean, I know he's been doing his research on that, but what if someone said to him after that, listen, Jay, follow this, look into this. Maybe Ross Coulthart said to him after the show, look into the Egyptian thing. I don't know.
I think when it comes to the Egyptian thing,
Something completely different.
Yeah, I also don't think I don't think Jay was given it. I think it's his, like, 'cause Jay does this full time, doesn't he? Project Unity's his full time gig, I think.
I don't know. Maybe he does something. I don't know. Maybe he bakes and sells some cakes in his spare time. I don't know what else he does.
Sorry, ChatGPT won't show up now. Look what we've done. Look what we've caused. Sorry.
What you can't just ask her to be quiet?
Yeah, sometimes she gets a bit needy.
I know that feeling. But yeah, I think some of these we spoke about this before. I think some of these people are picked, probably not knowing the Jays of this world, the Corbells of this world. I think they are handpicked. I don't know about this Moneypenny. I think she's genuinely, she's sat down. She's for the day with the chatbot and found the answers that everybody's looking for. I wonder if you're gonna get people fucking queuing up outside this base demanding fucking answers now.
No, it's such. Don't forget, it's still such a niche thing.
It is, but people were demanding Ross. After that, if you remember, the internet went wild. Everybody was saying, you can't just do this, Ross. You can't just tell us there's a fucking base and then not tell us where it is.
Which, and I agree with that, Yeah, I don't... What I was going to say before was, though, it does make sense, because moving these type of things would be such a huge risk. Like, you don't know. So let's say that they are, because first of all, I don't think they're fucking crash spacecraft. I think there's
archaeological digs.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. We're constantly talking nowadays about, like, a time before, and collapsed civilizations and stuff like that. What if that's the scary part of it? Because
that's why I mentioned Jay with the pyramids, because I'm not so sure that it is fucking alien spacecraft. I think some of this stuff is probably stuff that's been here for a long time, like Bob Lazar said.
Yeah. See, the funny thing about the pyramids is you know, I know that we had that like the meme of the pyramids going down further and them all being obelisks.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm.
You know, when you look, they've got like some obelisks all over the place. It would make sense if those obelisks were paying homage to the gigantic ones.
Yeah.
You know,
I wonder if you go down there, you fucking find a load of these fucking alien mummies that's recently come to light.
Well, I want us to cover that more. I started watching that Jesse Michaels video.
I'm going to watch that tomorrow.
NASCAR movies, yeah. Like, I think I've watched half of that so far before we had to jump off and do this podcast.
Were you watching it or listening to it?
Watch it. It's a documentary. Like
Right.
It's an hour and a half documentary. It's like it's watch on YouTube. Don't just listen to the podcast. I think he's done enough. Like I was on board anyway that I thought they were real creatures. Yeah.
If you remember, I wasn't, and then I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. So like I thought they were as soon as I saw the scans through them, I thought like, there's too much here. There's too much to fake.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the fact that some of the I don't know whether it was ultrasounds or whatever. It would be ultrasound, whatever the scan was they did on the one that's kind of huddled itself over, like its knees are up by its nose type thing. And they found there's a fetus inside that mummy, and they even point out like even using.
Do you see the fucking fetus and everything as well?
Yeah, and
Shit.
they got like another doctor to turn around and they said like if we just sent this information to an independent doctor, which there is a question to me that will go, well, why wouldn't you do that? Why didn't you just do that? But I mean, I don't know. There could be a multitude of reasons why not. But they were saying that, like if you sent these scans to an independent doctor, what would they bring up about the fetus, not the actual animal, just the fetus? And he said if the doctor was like eagle-eyed enough and keen and like did his due diligence, he would notice that the hands and feet are both like tridactyl, have 3 fingers and 3 toes.
Do you know what nobody's brought up with this, which I keep wondering about this?
Just quickly, just to point that out, that would suggest that like a genetic marker passed over from like child to mother to child. That's why that's a big deal.
Yes, so basically the kid has got the same amount of fucking fingers.
The tridactyl creature has a tridactyl child inside it. Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, you've all seen. We've seen people who are deformed and they have children that are that are normal. You know.
The also the thing that's been pointed out, which I'd never heard until I watched this documentary, was the guy that found the mummies. And I'm saying mummies, and they don't actually qualify as being mummies because they've still got all their organs inside them. They're not embalmed. They've just been like naturally preserved.
Is it something diorite?
Diorite, I think it is. That they were trapped in.
Sounds like something from Minecraft.
Does. But the cave where this guy supposedly found them, he's charging like $2,000 or $3,000 to take people to the cave, because that was what he was doing. He was a tour guide. Anyway,
he's charging how much?
Like $2,000 or $3,000 to take people to the cave. However, they went to the cave, and the people that have the mummies turned around to Jesse Michaels and said, "The cave he's taking you to can't be where he found the mummies, because the cave's too small. It's too small to house the bodies and to do what's happened to them." And
so he's a scammer.
No, not really, because he found them. He's just taken them to the wrong place for some reason.
Right. Is he still charging 2,000 to
He
take
is.
people to his cave? Is there any mummies left in the cave?
No.
So he's just showing you an empty hole.
Yes.
I mean,
And the doctor and Jesse Michaels have both been told that the actual location that the bodies were found in was a massive underground network. And they were found inside this underground tunnel system.
right. So he found nothing in the cave.
No, the guy reckons he found the mummies in there. But now the people with the mummies are saying it's bullshit. He didn't find them there. The places he's found them somewhere else, and he's lying about where he found them.
But still charging £2,000 to get people into this cave.
Mm.
So maybe, listen.
Makes you wonder if there's other stuff down there that he's keeping quiet on, because you never know when you might need to pull another fucking alien body out of your ass.
Yeah, you keep quiet, mate. You might get another one of these discoveries later on, but you can charge 2,000 for this cave.
Yeah. Oh no, not even.
We kill you.
But you're adding extra people into it. What I'm saying is that motherfucker found the bodies in this underground cave system. He took some bodies, he gave them to some people, and then he picked a different place to take people to so he could keep the original place secret. Because you take everybody there, you've just blown your load, haven't you?
Well, somebody needs to pay him a bit more than $2,000 then to fucking show us where the real fucking cave is.
It's fucking weird. Like, it's bizarre. It's a bizarre story, obviously. But like one of the guys, which I thought was really interesting, was, I can't remember one of the guys that found them,
shit!
Or whether it was you
WD-40. I need to get that on there, don't I?
You keep saying that every time you move that mic stand. You're like Nathan Drake now. You know, like when Nathan Drake jumps and he tries to grab onto something and it breaks. He goes, oh, he's no fucking, like, there's nowhere that he can be surprised by that anymore, because it happens every time he jumps at something. So, like, every time you make your mic stand squeak. Have you seen how many times I've moved my mic stand since we've done this podcast, since we started? How many times have I moved it, Ollie?
I don't
How many
know.
times have I moved?
You don't move.
Not a one.
You don't move at all.
No, it's because I'm a fucking professional. It's because I'm a fucking professional, you fucking hack.
I get jittery. You know, and I've just got a squeaky mic.
Yeah.
Stand. What I was going to say, though, do you remember the Stephen Greer's Anaconda little midget alien?
Yes.
How much does that look like those mummies, but smaller?
It's got a much more pointy head. Do you know why I think the anaconda mummy was bullshit?
What?
The anaconda vice.
Anaconda, I think it is.
The Miami Vice mummy. The reason I think that was shit is because Greer let it go so quickly.
So I'll tell you something about that, because I think this is before we've been working together, and I covered this on Alien Addict. So TTSA started to work with Gary Nolan. Gary Nolan was working with Stephen Greer. Now Gary Nolan took the evidence so Gary Nolan was all on board that this thing is.
Yeah, I remember.
There's something wrong with this thing. He said that it may not be. He didn't say it may not be human. He said that there's many things I don't understand about this. But then he went over to TTSA. The minute he went over to TTSA, which is who Lou Elizondo worked with, he said this thing is nothing more than a fetus, and it had something like a ridiculous amount of afflictions on it from birth, birth defects.
Yeah.
On it, like a stupid amount.
Yeah.
but he released that and to for TTSA to release, which was like a massive big fuck you to Stephen Greer. Then Stephen Greer actually did a live show, and I has to tell you, it's I do have the clip somewhere on Alien Addict. It's the most fucking genuine I've seen Stephen Greer look. He genuinely looked pissed off, let down, and almost like he it felt the way it came across was this guy is a wrong'un. So yeah, that was weird.
I think there's definitely been a point with Stephen Greer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point that he stopped.
Oh, there was definitely a change. There
Caring.
was definitely a change.
I mean, maybe McCaren's the wrong thing to say. Maybe maybe it's more a point of that he just realized there was too many walls in front of him. But then again, saying that, what that Museum of Tarot guy seemed to show about Stephen Greer and how there was no evidence of him even being a doctor in the first place, you know, like a medical doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just wild, and I trust that guy's research.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's really good. The tarot guy, really good. You there, buddy?
Yeah.
You're frozen.
No, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, the tarot guy.
See, Ollie, don't move. Professional.
I know. This is why I feel like I need to move every now and again, because just so you don't think that I'm frozen.
Oh, what? You don't want to give me false hope?
No, I don't want to give you false hope. I do actually have. I actually have the clip of Stephen Greer, talking about the mummy. I can quickly bring up actually.
Is it a long clip?
No. I'll. It's literally
It's
2
a
minutes
shame,
long.
'cause I really need to pee.
Okay. Well, we'll land this baby soon.
Decimal. I'm quoting. Well, what happened? Well, the next thing we know, he is not at all talking. He cuts off communication with us, and I'm the principal investigator who supplied him this sample and spent tens of thousands of dollars to take a whole research team over to Barcelona to get the CAT scans, the x-rays, the sample, et cetera, and so on. And he ends up joining up with this group, this To the Stars Academy group with Tom DeLong. We'll get to this in a minute. And they facilitate the global fake disclosure that this is suddenly couldn't possibly ET related, that the case is closed, it's a deformed human fetus. Here's the problem with all of this, is that the research paper he put out is so dense, and unless you have a PhD in genetics, you're not going to understand it. That's the first thing. Secondly, it appeared and got through the peer review of genome research. Everyone listening needs to contact Dr. Sussman, Sussman, and she is the editor of Genome Research, and point out that this paper, according to the top geneticists in the world, should have never made it through peer review, period, full stop. It would have gotten a 0 rating, is what he has stated. Number 3, that they cherry-picked. It's sort of like Dick Cheney, cherry-picking the intelligence to put Colin Powell in front of the UN to say, see, he has weapons of mass destruction, let's go in there and have a $2 trillion war that kills hundreds of thousands of people. This is the scientific equivalent of what Dick Cheney did in terms of data, but because of people's respect for that journal and the fact that the corruption between the media and the intelligence community facilitated this obscure report on this obscure case being headline front page news worldwide, the whole world thinks the case is closed, when, my friends, the case isn't even begun.
There you go. There's my young face there.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? That was a bit of a different Greer there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think. Look, there was a time unless he's just been like some disinformation artist from the word go, but the National Press Club, all that sort of stuff. There was a time where I thought there was something there with him, but I mean look at the last whistleblowers he brought up. Like you had those three people that came on. They did the Sean Ryan show. I forget the names.
Eric
Hecker,
Michael Herrera,
and the Builder guy, wasn't there? I forgot.
Builder,
his name.
yeah.
And it was just
Is it Doug? Not Doug,
Well,
no.
might have been. It was such a strange rabble of people.
Yeah.
Herrera now won't do interviews. He said he stopped. He said, I've done enough podcasts. It's not making any difference. It's not making my life any better. I just need to carry on with stuff.
I think Hecker does.
Hecker, well, he's the most engaging, isn't he?
Mm.
Like he looks a bit like Data. There's a charisma about him where he seems a bit weird and quirky, and I understand why. Well, I have emailed him. I've tried to get him on the show twice.
What the heck's he thinking of? You should get in touch with us.
What the hecker is he thinking of?
The jokes are getting fucking worse on this podcast.
Yeah, they are. But it feels like the UFO wheels are turning back up. We've said this before. Like the engine goes off, it goes onto tick over mode, and then the next thing is they all turn up. I think you're going to have something again soon, like a Miami Mall or a
Lady on the Plane.
Lady on a Plane, or the Las Vegas alien thing.
Yep.
And to be fair, you could argue we already have with that Ring camera footage.
Mm.
Like, because that's what, like, that Ring camera is bizarre. Did we talk about what everybody's favorite debunker Mick West said it was?
I don't know. What did he?
Mick
Did he say it was a cockatoo or something?
No, he said it was obviously a guy with a backwards cap on. And like he said, it's obvious. You can see it's just obvious. It's a guy with a backwards cap on. I'm thinking it's obvious you're retarded. But apart from that, I don't see anything else obvious here. I'm not saying it's a fucking alien, but you can see it's not a guy with a backwards cap on.
Well, West knows best, mate. He can't.
He's getting lazy. It's like it's right now.
I don't think he's being laid recently.
Oh no, I do. I think he's getting lazy because I think he's lost credibility. So the problem he's got now is he's in the same category as like the UFO like enthusiasts, like the real fucking hardcore, like anything that moves in the sky is a fucking spaceship. Because what he's ended himself up in is this position where he has to be first. So the minute you see a UFO, like a piece of UFO footage or something like that, within an hour, there is a detailed Mick West debunk of why it's bullshit. And you go, you can't have done that. You can't have done your due diligence. You can't have gone into this going, I don't know what this is. I need to find out what it is. You've gone into it going, I need to find out that this is something normal.
Yeah.
It's the way he goes about business his business is just, in my opinion, fucking bullshit.
I've said this before. There's always been Mick Wests about. There's always been them. You've got your Philip Glass, that he was the guy that that tried his very hardest to debunk the Travis Walton case. Mike Rogers, when we had him on, was on. He used to send him a Christmas card every year. Before Philip passed away, they kind of became friends, and he almost admitted to Mike Rogers that he believed the story in the end.
Right.
But he said that to Mike.
Mm-hmm. Love to get Mike back on the show.
Yeah, we need to get Mike back on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. While he's still here.
I didn't want to say that. I mean, I've said it to you in private, but it doesn't seem like the sort of thing you should say to tens of thousands of people.
No, I mean while he's still like got a
I know what you
microphone
meant.
that works, you know. That's what...
Yeah. Well, he's still got his AirPods.
Because look at Ross Coulthart, you know.
Yeah. Look, it's all interesting, mate. I think there's clear. Well, I can't see why this has been ramped up again, unless there's a reason for it. I am massively wary of anybody that's ever worked for the BBC as a journalist. You're already potentially co-opted if that's the case.
Prove us wrong, Moneypenny. Come on the show.
News Nation, and I've said this all along. If it wasn't for UFOs, nobody would fucking know who News Nation was. They certainly wouldn't have like had the fucking budget to take fucking Cuomo on. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I will. You're not going to convince me that News Nation hasn't had money put into it, so it is the government accepted vector for relaying information about UFOs.
Well, mate, it's the same company as I think KLS that was what's his name? George Knapp. It's all UFOs.
Is it really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the same. It's through the same umbrella.
Is KLS a radio station in Las Vegas?
I'm pretty sure it is. I know it's something to do with George Knapp's old
interesting
snag. Yeah,
that's wild. That's wild.
I thought you knew that.
No, otherwise I wouldn't be quite shocked.
Yeah, I've definitely spoke about that before.
Oh, maybe I wasn't on a show.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's a bit crazy.
Yeah. Well, are we going to park this ship?
Let's land this ship and build a big building over it.
Yeah.
We will be joined tomorrow by Understanding Conspiracy. It is a YouTube channel. The guy that's on it, you might have seen. He released a book late last year or the year before about how Nephilim were
looked like clowns.
Where we get the modern depiction of clowns is from Nephilim. Paul Stodds is his name. Really looking forward to talk to him. We've had him on the show before, but I think it was Alien Addict when he was on the show before, wasn't it?
It was. He's never been on the Daily Conspiracy podcast.
Over a year since we've last spoken to him. So yeah, he's on the show tomorrow. That's going to be really cool. I need to remember to email him tomorrow and just confirm everything. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be really good fun. I hope you guys are doing well. What point of the month are we on?
We're on the 12th, Lee.
12th. So right now you can get the two bite-sized podcasts that I did. One is on Skinny Bob. One is on the Adam and Eve book, Cataclysm book. They are at the moment patron exclusive, and they will be patron exclusive until the end of the month. Then we'll put one up every other week, and Patreon will get 2 new ones. So Patreon will always be a month ahead on the bite-sized podcast. I implore everyone to go and listen to them. I really enjoyed doing them. I put a lot of work into them. So if you're interested and you think, do you know what, I'll drop $5.99 to go and check check out what these new podcasts are before the great unwashed masses hear them, please head over to Patreon. Do that. Not only do you get early access to those podcasts, but you get early access to video. You get ad-free audio podcasts, and it's a really good way of getting in touch with us as well, because there's only like 58 people, I think, or something like that, 52, 58 people on Patreon at the minute. So it's just a really good way to, like, if you've got something to say about an episode, rather than just chucking a message out into the great unknown and hoping we find it. The British Podcast Awards is getting ever closer. I think the end date for that is September. So if you haven't voted for us in the British Podcast Awards yet, please do so. The link is in the description. Make sure you reply to the email they send you, otherwise your vote won't be counted. It's important that you check that. Check your trash, check your junk, check your nan. Just make sure.
Check your nan's junk.
Check your nan's junk. Just make sure that you reply to that email and get your vote in. We have merch as well. The merch is on the is in the comments of this podcast. In the description of the podcast. I think that's all our stuff, isn't it, Oliver? I forgot anything?
I think that's everything, lad.
That's everything. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Just go in the description. Just go for once in your fucking miserable, pathetic life. Just go in the description and look at the links we've given you. That's all I want you to do, and then you can choose which one you want to fucking use.
All right, Dad.
Right. Well, if you won't help yourself, I'm not fucking helping you.
Right. Well, you go take your piss. Go on.
I really do need a piss.
Go get your knob out.
I do. Ollie, say something fucking retarded.
I just did. Go.